Hello, welcome back to Ovawatch. Today's video is based on OAuth misconfiguration that can lead to pre-account takeover. So essentially what happens is that when you register on a site, you you can either register with your email, your password, or you can just continue with Google. I think you've seen this many times on multiple websites. But then what happens when there is a misconfiguration within the OAuth itself? For an example, can I create an account with an email and password? Mostly it will need you to verify. But then what if I don't have the email? Then the original owner of that email logs in with Google or Facebook or another OAuth authentication method. So if it's misconfigured, that means the email and the password are now going to be fused with the original user's account. So for this to work, an attacker, for an example, has to create an account. So I'm just going to create an account, then I'm going to call it I'm going to say attacker pre-account takeover. Then I'm gonna use that. As you can see, I've got the full name, the address, and the password. Then you can see that the attacker created an account. So as you can see, we do have the workspace. We can see all of this here. Then now we're gonna sign out. Now we have signed out. So now comes the original user of that email. But then they don't use this feature. They don't use the email and the password. They now use Google. They say they want to sign up with Google. So they're going to try they sign up with Google, and now they get us to log in. Then they say yes, they want to continue. The victim logged in via a Google authentication method, via Google OAuth. They are logged in as this, but they did not create this account. This account was created before them. So if they do not change the password, or they are unaware of the account, or they are not warned that an account already exists, do they want to link it? Do they want to verify? Do they want to reset the password for the existing account or not? If the application does not ask them those things, or by default reset the email, the email authentication password to restrict the attacker from reusing that password to log in, then this is a security issue, because all the attacker needs is just to know the victim's email. Then they can create an account on their behalf. All right, so to demo an impact on this, I'm just gonna create this. I'm gonna say pre-account takeover. I'm gonna create the project here. Then I'm just gonna choose the date. I'm gonna say can the attacker see this project? All right, we can see it. Now we have an account, a project created. So the victim is unaware that their account is pre-registered and all. Then they use the application as normal. Now comes the attacker back. The attacker, remember, the attacker has got now we can see the attacker logged in using the the pre-account that was created by them. Because the password is still valid even after the victim logged in via Google OAuth, that means the attacker and the victim share an account. That means the attacker now has control over everything that's happening in the account. The attacker will possibly be able to see personal identifiable information, credit card information. They can make changes in the application on behalf of the user. Remediation for this first is to require a verification code when you create an account via an email before you can continue to set the password. Another method is that whenever a user creates an account, signs up with an OAuth method, then reset the password of the email account if it exists, and also warn the user that an account exists and the password has been reset. Those are just one of the few remediations for this. Well, that's it for today, and I'll see you in the next video.